Hello everyone and welcome back to English and Chill with Suni. It's so great to have you here with me today. Have you ever found yourself thinking about the same problem over and over again? You replay a conversation in your head, you worry about something that might happen tomorrow, or you just can't seem to turn your brain off at night. If this sounds familiar, then you, my friend, are an overthinker. And guess what? So a lot of us are, that thing we all do Let's dive into it today. We'll explore what it is, why we do it, and most importantly, how we can learn to stop or at least do it a little less. This is a really important topic for our mental well-being, and I'm excited to explore it with you. Settle in, maybe grab your favorite cup of tea, and let's jump into the wild world of overthinking together. First, let's make sure we understand what overthinking really means. Overthinking isn't just thinking carefully about something that's a good thing. We need to think to solve problems and make decisions. Overthinking is when our thinking becomes unproductive. It's like a wheel spinning in the mud. It goes around and around, but it doesn't go anywhere. We might spend hours worrying about what-if scenarios. For example, what if I said the wrong thing in that meeting? Or what if I fail my exam? This is called ruminating. Ruminating is when you focus on the negative feelings and problems of the past. The other side of overthinking is constantly worrying about the future, imagining all the bad things that could happen. Neither of these helps us move forward. It just keeps us stuck in a loop of anxiety and stress. Does that make sense? It's thinking that doesn't lead to a solution. We overthink because we want to control everything, right? We think that if we just think about a problem long enough, we can find the perfect solution and prevent anything bad from happening. But life is unpredictable, and we can't control everything. Another reason is fear. We might be afraid of making a mistake, of being judged by others, or of failing. So we overanalyze every single detail to try to avoid these things. For some people, overthinking is a habit they learned a long time ago. Maybe they grew up in a family where people worried a lot. Our brains get used to these patterns and it becomes automatic. It's like a path in a forest. The more you walk on it, the clearer and easier it is to follow. Our brain creates these thinking paths, and overthinking can become our default way of dealing with uncertainty. The big problem with overthinking is the impact it has on our lives. It can be exhausting. It drains our mental energy, leaving us feeling tired and unable to focus on other things. It can make it very difficult to make decisions. Have you ever spent an hour trying to decide what to have for dinner? That's overthinking in action. You analyze every option until you feel completely overwhelmed. This is called analysis paralysis. It also affects our sleep. How many times have you been lying in bed, your mind racing, unable to fall asleep? That's a classic sign of and most importantly, it can steal our joy. When we're constantly worried about the past or the future, we can't enjoy the present moment. We miss out on the good things happening right now because we're trapped in our own heads. It's a real happiness thief. Okay, so we know what it is and why we do it. Now, for the most important part, how do we stop? The first step is awareness. You can't change a habit if you don't know you're doing it. So start paying attention to your thoughts. When you notice yourself replaying a situation or worrying endlessly about the future, just say to yourself, I'm overthinking right now. Just acknowledging it is a huge first step. Don't judge yourself for it. Just notice it, like you're an observer of your own mind. This simple act of noticing can create a little bit of space between you and your thoughts. This space is where you can choose a different response instead of getting lost in the spiral. Try it for a day. Just notice when the overthinking starts. You might be surprised how often it happens. Once you're aware of when you're overthinking, the next strategy is to challenge your thoughts. Our minds can be very dramatic. They often jump to the worst-case scenario. When you catch yourself worrying, ask yourself some questions. For example, what's the evidence that this bad thing will happen? What's a more likely outcome? Even if the worst happens, can I handle it? Often, you'll realize that your fears are bigger in your head than they are in reality. Another powerful technique is to schedule worry time. Yes, you heard me right. Set aside 15 or 20 minutes every day, maybe in the afternoon, just to worry. During this time, you can overthink as much as you want. But when the time is up, you have to stop. If a worried thought comes up at another time of day, tell yourself, I'll think about that during my worry time. This can help you contain the overthinking and stop it from taking over your whole day. Another fantastic way to break the cycle of overthinking is to get out of your head and into your body. When we are stuck in our thoughts, we are not present. Physical activity is one of the best ways to shift your focus. Go for a walk or a run. Do some yoga. Put on your favorite music and dance in your living room. When you move your body, it's harder to stay trapped in your mind. It releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. You don't need to run a marathon. Even just a short, brisk walk can make a huge difference. Another technique is to focus on your senses. This is a mindfulness practice. Stop what you're doing and notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This simple exercise forces your brain to focus on the present moment and pulls you out of the spiral of worry. Let's also talk about the power of distraction. Now, I don't mean ignoring your problems forever, but sometimes the best thing you can do when you're overthinking is to do something else entirely. Choose an activity that requires your full attention. This could be a hobby, like painting, playing a musical instrument, or gardening. It could be calling a friend to talk about something completely different. You could also try reading a book, watching a funny movie, or working on a puzzle. The goal is to give your brain a break from the loop of worry. When you're deeply engaged in another activity, your brain doesn't have the space to After you've had a break, you can come back to the problem with a fresh perspective and a calmer mind. Often, the solution seems much clearer after you've stepped away from it for a while. Another helpful strategy is to practice self-compassion. Many overthinkers are very hard on themselves. We blame ourselves for past mistakes and worry about not being perfect in the future. It's important to learn to be kinder to yourself. Talk to yourself like you would talk to a good friend. If your friend made a mistake, would you tell them they are a terrible person? Probably not. You would offer them support and understanding. So offer that same kindness to yourself. Remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone does. Perfection is impossible. Accepting your imperfections is a powerful way to reduce the need to overthink every single action. When, it's okay not to be perfect, there's less pressure and therefore less to worry about. Finally, if overthinking is causing you a lot of distress and affecting your daily life in a big way, it's really important to seek professional help. talking to a therapist or a counselor can be incredibly helpful. They can give you personalized tools and strategies to manage your thoughts and anxiety. There's no shame in asking for help. Taking care of our mental health is just as important as taking care of our physical health. A professional can help you understand the deeper reasons for your overthinking and guide you toward lasting change. Remember, getting support is a sign of strength, not weakness. So, to recap, we've learned that overthinking is unproductive thinking that keeps us stuck. We can fight it by first becoming aware of our thoughts. Then, we can challenge our negative thoughts, schedule worry time, and get out of our heads by moving our bodies or focusing on our senses. Healthy distractions and practicing self-compassion are also powerful tools. And remember, it's okay to ask for help if you need it. Changing the habit of overthinking takes time and practice. It won't happen overnight. Be patient and kind to yourself through the process. Every small step you take is a victory. Thank you so much for joining me today on English and Chill with Suni. I hope this discussion was helpful for you. Remember, you have the power to change your thought patterns and find more peace in your daily life. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'd love to hear your own tips for dealing with overthinking, so please share them in the comments below. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for